Hopefully.
Hopefully by then the rain will have stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you've already had some curious bypassers who wants to see what this is all about, and as usual, the one who's getting the most attention is again the fortune teller.
That's very suspicious. Maybe I should
But
suit her customers.
Anyway, so you go and look around then.
Yes.
Okay. You were jumping from rooftop to rooftop. So you're actually just jumping on the wagons then.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, you get a lot of complaining when you do that. What's your perception, Chris?
Let me have a look at what I can do. It's been a long time. Aha. Let me roll. That's the 720.
You didn't need to roll. You just need to tell me what you had. A 7?
Oh, 7. Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, yes, you do see a couple of people hanging around, dressed in dark cloaks and like wearing their hoods up. They're just hanging around, looking around. They look out of place.
Because they have the hoods up while they're... So...
Yeah, it is raining after all. It's normal to have your hoods up. But they're just standing there. They're not doing anything. They don't look like they're enjoying themselves. They're just standing there looking around.
That's very suspicious.
And there's just something off about them. They're not standing in the same location though. There's like 3 people or so spread around the carnival. Humans,
Is there anything in particular interested in?
Well, as long as they don't do anything.
No, they're just standing there looking suspicious.
Yes.
Well, they move around from time to time. They move to a different location.
I quietly follow them from time to time.
Okay, give me a stealth, please.
It's gonna be fun. Because you know my stealth. God, I rolled low.
Wow, that is indeed low.
18.
Hold on. Wow, just... Okay. You're in luck. You haven't been noticed as of yet.
Perfect.
Good.
Is that all you do, keeping an eye on them?
Yes. See if they don't do anything too suspicious.
No, they're not really doing anything wrong. That's probably the oddest part.
Suspicious.
They're just standing there.
They're not doing anything wrong. That's very suspicious.
Yeah.
They are staking out the place. It's
exactly.
Yes. Yes, I just let them be. Maybe I can see what they're talking about. I try to get closer.
They're not talking about anything.
Ah.
And like I said, they're not close to one another. They're spread out, like 3 people spread out in different locations.
Of course, you want to see where they are, to whom they report their findings.
That could be interesting.
And dangerous.
Yes, dangerously interesting.
Ton ton ton.
Yes, I keep a close eye on them.
Okay.
But not too close.
Right. Okay, you're keeping an eye on the suspicious people. Richard, what are you doing?
He's being suspicious by keeping an eye on suspicious people. That's fun.
In between your performances, what do you do?
in between my performances, being a follower of Desna, obviously, I would be trying to pass on her wisdom and her teachings to others. So basically, I'm following the priestess around and enforcing everything she says.
She's the fortune teller, actually. She's mostly sitting in her tent, like reading people's fortunes through cards, like card laying, and asking them to pick a card and stuff like that.
And every now and then they'd hear if they don't believe that she's genuine, he would make a noise come from right, so that when they would turn around, there'd be nothing there.
But I think Zeldana would get wise to that after a few times, though.
Well, of course she would.
After the customers left, she's like turns to you and says, Nimbus, you're very kind to want to help me out like this, but I can really take care of myself, and I'm starting to get the feeling you're chasing away my customers.
I'd be chasing them away. I am a very good.
You're cutting out again.
Yep.
Oh, for crying the frick out loud! but I'm just trying to help a fellow follower of Desna, and being as beautiful as you are, I mean, an assistant as beautiful as I would of course fit in, wouldn't I?
Yes, that's perhaps also what I'm worried about.
Oh, the competition.
You're too distracting. Can't you go distract somebody else and maybe make your own money? I don't want to offend you, but yeah.
Oh, fine. But tell you something. I think you might have a little goblin in you, or maybe you might have one in the future. And he winks at her and he walks off.
A goblin?
You're a gnome, friend. You're a gnome.
Or a gnome.
Ah.
Now you and your freaking goblin thing.
She raises an eyebrow at that, and she doesn't really react. She knows you for a few months, and I think she's starting to catch on to your personality. So she doesn't react. Okay. So, there anything else? I thought you said you were going to do something today.
Who, me?
Yeah. Weren't there places you needed to go?
There were a few places I needed to go. I needed to go to the blacksmith and go to the map maker.
Okay. You have learned that there are two blacksmiths in town. One who specializes in wait, hold on. I think I know, but I'll double check.
One in armor and one in weapons.
Yeah, yes, one in armor, one in weapon. But I was going to say one who is a dwarf. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the dwarf is the armorer, but I'll double check. Here we go. Ingmar Dusthelm. Yes, he's the armorer. And the other one is a human. He's the one who sells the weapons at Echowood Arms. So yes, who do you go see?
I think I would go to see the human.
Okay. I'll direct your attention over to the map, which is currently not loading correctly for me for some reason.
You mean Fawn Keep?
Yeah. You know what? Go over to Grasslands 2. I put up a spare map there, which does work. Yeah, I have no idea why it's not loading for me. Anyway. So.
We should have this map on Grasslands 1 as well.
Yeah, maybe we should. Anyway. So, At the moment, you're like, are you on the map? On the map,
Come
Richard?
on.
No, hold on.
It's not loading for me. Ah, there it is.
Grasslands 2.
Yeah, I'm on Grasslands 2.
Yes.
It's loading.
Okay. Say when.
When?
I'm mainly waiting.
Still loading.
It's just one map!
Yes, for some reason it's... Maptools has a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Still loading.
Oh boy.
There we go, finally.
Okay, so, the fair is currently set up here. In,
Yes,
You cut out.
green.
because you're pressing a button. We know.
And there is where the weaponsmith is.
Ah,
Okay?
Okay.
weaponsmith.
Mhm.
The
So
armor.
it's not too far. And the bookstore is hold on.
Here, I think.
No.
There? Okay.
Yes.
Alright, so first I'm going to the
Oh, by the way, and
weaponsmith.
this is the inn where Quinn is staying.
That's what?
The inn.
The inn.
Alright, so first is the
Okay.
And I'm going to add as my map to show these locations.
do I don't have the sword with me, so actually I would first have to go to the inn to get it.
Oh, okay.
Indeed. That's a good point. And then Quinn will take that excuse to come along with you to get some fresh air.
Okay. I'll let him be the one to hold it.
Saldana's told you to stay in bed, though.
Did I promise? Is then the
Would
question.
be very un-paladin-like.
Yeah, I think that.
Did he promise though?
And the GM
Yeah,
also tells you if you stay in bed, you'll recover faster.
Yeah, and it is storming, so I'm going to trust the young one with the sword.
Okay.
I'll put him in some cloth and.
You can send Cadbury with him if you want.
Yeah, but it's raining dogs and cats, and I'd hate for Cadbury to get a cold. So,
Okay, if you say so.
yeah, sure. I'm going to wrap it up in a spare blanket, as it were. Not solid. I'm going to empty my backpack and put the sword in it with a cloth, so that he can carry it
Alrighty.
without it looking very sword-like.
I just heft the bag and I walk off.
Okay.
That's the wrong.
Okay, so you head towards the armor. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Come along, little pony.
Okay, you enter his store, and as expected, there's a lot of weapons of all kind of different sorts hanging on the wall. And shortly after you have entered the building, you are greeted by a bald-headed fellow, and I really mean bald. He doesn't have a single hair on his skull. Who looks like he's probably in his early 40s. He looks relatively pleasant enough. He smiles at you and he says, "Ah, welcome. What can I do for you? Are you looking for a particular weapon?"
Actually, no. I have something that might interest you. Well, not
Yes?
interest you, but it's something I kind of need looked at. Is there any place that would kind of be a little So that we're not out in the open with it, possibly?
I understand what you mean. And he goes towards the door, and you notice him like putting a key, turning a lock, and also closing a few windows, and closing some curtains. And he then looks around for a moment, and he then gestures towards you.
I nod my head and I follow him.
He takes you towards a small back room. It looks like where. Actually, no. He takes you in the back where it looks where his working area is. You see a stove there and whatnot, anvil, hammers, that sort of thing. And he says, "You are right, my friend. There are ears and eyes everywhere in this town. You can never be careful enough. Now, what can I help you with?"
Well, you see, my friend Quinn, I don't know if you know him. Quinn Amevar?
Wait, is he one of the guards of the fair who is here in town?
Yes, he is.
Yes, one of his friends insulted my wares, and he frowns deeply.
Wait, which friend? Because I will have a stern talking to. Oh, the dwarf. Yes.
He said my weapons were of inferior quality, and he looks very angry at that.
Yes, but you see, the dwarf is kind of stupid, and the reason I'm bringing this to you instead of to the other guy is because I believe you're the better man.
I see.
I mean, because there's two of you in this place, right? And, well, you know, I think you're the better one to look at this, and that's why I'm bringing it to you and not to the other one. The dwarf.
He holds up his hand and he then says, "All right, what is this we are talking about?"
I place the pack upon the table and open it up, pull out the sword. Well, I pull out the cloth and then I lay it down and open it.
It looks very fine quality, and he touches the blade, and you see him like streaking his thumb over the blade, and he's like holds it up and tests the weight. He says, "Little small. I think it's made for somebody more like your size." Yes.
Well, what we're trying to find out is what it's made of, because I appraised it and I did a few things on it, and it has a small enchantment upon it, like a small, damage enchantment, but the metal, it's not iron or steel. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I figured a man of your caliber would be able to.
Not a problem. Are you looking to sell, or do you just want my expertise opinion?
I'm looking for your most brilliant of expertise.
Alright, that is no problem. 5 gold, please.
And I hand him the 5 gold.
Right. And I note this down. I keep forgetting your name. Nimbus, right.
Nimbus Cobblepot.
And he says, and then he looks at it more closely. He even gets out some sort of magnifying glass, and he's like looking at it up close. And he says, "Yes, I recognize it. It's very cool to the touch. This is called iron.
Oh,
very
wow!
Good against the Fey folk."
Cold iron? No way.
Yes.
That means that the price of the sword just doubled.
And it also seems to be holding an enchantment.
Yes. I already know what the enchantment is. It's a very small damage enchantment.
Ask how much it's worth.
I think I know what this is.
What is it?
This is a sword the local goblins are looking for. Did it come from the halls below the castle?
Honestly, I know my friend Quinn came upon it and has been trying to figure out its authenticity.
Oh yes, that is my opinion. You wanted to know what it's made of. It is called iron. Quite a useful weapon, I would say.
Oh yes, most definitely. how much would a weapon like that be worth?
He thinks for a while, and he says, I personally would give you around 1,350, I think.
Wow, that is very, very lucrative. But no, I'm not talking what you would give me. I'm just talking what it is worth in general, what you would sell it for.
It depends who you're selling it to. If you're selling it to me, that is what I give you. But if you're selling it to the goblins, I think it would be worth more to them, personally.
No, like what would you if you had it in your possession and you were selling
And he then chuck us for a bit. Who am I kidding? Goblins don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I know. But what would you sell it to someone for?
He frowns at you a bit. Well,
and I'm gonna use the diplomacy check for that one.
Oh yeah, sure, go ahead, roll. Because he's reluctant to tell you.
I know he is. Let's see.
Because yeah, that's not really what you should ask a merchant.
Diplomacy plus 5, so D20, 5. 9.
Oops.
No. He actually looks
At
a little
least-
offended by your question.
Okay, fair enough. Then I appreciate the help and the work that you do, and
Alright.
I have some news to tell my friend.
Yes, like I said, it looks like an excellent weapon. In well-trained hands, be readily.
Yeah, I believe. Thanks for your help. I really
Please come back.
Oh, most definitely. I will. Thank you very much, and I will let my friend Quinn know that you were very, very helpful.
Alright, you do that. Yes, any
And
thanks.
he gives you the biggest grin he can.
He frowns a little bit at that, but he thanks you for coming and he lets you out of the door. And he opens the
Alright.
curtains again and whatnot.
And then I guess I'm heading over to the bookstore.
Yes, and as you
The map maker, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
as the door is opened, you hear like a short ah, and suddenly a goblin like falls flat in front of your feet, and you immediately realize what's happening. There was a goblin listening at the door, and when the door was pulled open, he fell.
Mm-hmm.
And
I looked
immediately, as he
at it.
notices you, he scurries up and he makes a run for it.
Well, let's see. What do I have?
You notice the store
I'm
owner
going
just
to-
shaking his head at that. That's the only reaction he has. To
I'm
it.
going to cast Daze upon the goblin.
Okay, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a ranged attack? I believe it was.
Let me see. Hold on. 3. And spells. Here we go. Arcane spells.
Oh, whoops. Mind affecting. Target. Yeah, it's ranged.
Okay. So I make a
Yes,
ranged
attack
attack.
check, please. I believe that should be like a 3 or something.
Mm-hmm. Give me just one moment. Yep. Alright, let's see.
Okay, it's okay. That's what I need to know.
Where is my ranged? Good work.
That
There.
would be dexterity plus deck bonus, which would
Actually, it's 5.
be nice.
Oh yeah, size bonus. So your dexterity is
Mhm.
what?
My dexterity is 2.
Yeah.
My size gives me a +2, and my base is
No, your
+1,
size gives you
so
a
I get a
+1. You're not tiny.
That's what it... No, but it says it's a +2 on here. Okay, +1 then?
Yes. So yes,
Then why?
that's a +4 then.
Okay. Huh, that's weird.
Roll.
Yep. +4. 15.
That does hit. Hold on. Let me.
And it's a touch attack, which means he doesn't get his armor bonus if he has any.
Indeed. What's the DC, please?
14.
14. He just didn't make it. So yes, he stops running and he looks a little woozy.
And I say to the blacksmith, we've got a problem.
He just shrugs at you. He just shrugs and shakes his head. Why?
And I just shake my head. Never mind. And I walk over to the
goblins all
goblin.
around this town.
I walk over to the goblin and I tie him up. Or I tie his hands up and his feet up.
Daze doesn't give you enough time to react to that though. So by the time to do that, by the time you get to him, he already looks like he's snapping out of it. Get it?
Okay. I pull out my claws and I walk in front of him and I say, "What did you hear?"
He's like, he immediately goes like, "Ah!" And he gets down on his knees and he starts like, he puts his hands together. He looks like he's begging to you and he's chattering something, but you have no idea what he's saying.
Speak common.
And meanwhile, the door is closing of the merchant. Yeah, he just keeps just chattering. Well, almost sounds like a little dog barking at times, but you have no idea what he's saying.
Damn it. I look around. Do I see any familiar faces? I look around in...
No familiar faces though, but yes, you see like a villager walking past.
I just shake my head and I point at the goblin, and then I make a motion, follow me.
He nods his head at that.
Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk. I'm going to point right to my side as I walk, and I'm going to keep an eye on him.
And he's gone. He runs off.
I hit him again.
A roll initiative. Let's see who's fastest.
Where's my token? Oh crap!
Because goblins are damn fast.
Mm-hmm. Mine would be just +2, I think.
Yep, that should be correct.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir.
Nice.
Here we go. Secret roll. Wow. You both got 20. But my house rule is the one who has the highest modifier wins, so the goblin wins and he runs off. Do you want to chase after him?
He's probably going to run faster than I can catch him and report back. So what I'm going to do is, instead of that, I'm going to run off to the inn and let Quinn know what happened.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
I'm gonna run to the inn, and by the time I get there, I'm gonna be out of breath. I'm gonna be like, Quinn.
Yes. Yes. What is it?
Okay. So I was at the hold on.
Take a few deep breaths before speaking. That will help a lot.